Welcome to Miracle Boy Boxing, ladies and gentlemen. I am your host, Jose Cruz. I'm here to talk to you about boxing, strictly boxing. You know how it is all the time. My topic today I'll be talking about the ESPN fight card that happened last night between Efe Ajagba and Stephen Shaw. Overall, the card was pretty good. So I'm here to talk about the fights that took place on that card. I have it right here in front of me. I'm not gonna really talk about it in exact order that every fight came on, but I want to talk about the notable ones. So I have here Juan Antonio Lopez versus Bruce Carrington. That was a pretty good fight. Juan Antonio Lopez, the first time I saw him fight, he fought Chapo Gonzalez out of Puerto Rico. So, Mexico and Puerto Rico, you know how it is, all action. And what I noticed about Juan Antonio Lopez is that he's not an easy guy to fight. He's tough, durable, he can fight, pretty good boxing skills. And when you look at his record, 17 wins, 12 losses, one draw, he has 7 KOs to his credit. You look at the 12 losses that he has, you'll be like, okay, you beating him, why is it impressive? I'll tell you why. He's a guy that they use for prospects. If you look at his record, Juan, most of his losses were due to undefeated fighters. So he was brought in from the beginning against solid competition. That's what makes it dangerous. Yes, he has 12 losses, but he's going in there with a lot of experience, and he has the capabilities to upset you if you're not prepared. And if you watch him fight, you'll notice that he gives these prospects competitive fights. When he fought Chapo Gonzalez, it was a competitive fight. Even last night when he fought Bruce Carrington, it was a competitive fight. Bruce Carrington is one of the top prospects in boxing today. Besides Keyshawn Davis, to me, he's one of my favorites. He's got it all. He can box, got good power, mix it up to the head and body, pretty good combinations. And he did what he had to do against Juan last night. It was a competitive fight. It was a good step up for him, very good step up, and he did what he had to do. He passed the test. So it was a pretty good fight, guy. Pretty good experience for Carrington. He's 5-0 coming in, 3 KOs. Now he's 6-0. So pretty good. The future is looking bright for Carrington, and I'm a fan of him. Next up, we got, Abraham Nova against Adam Lopez. Coming in, when I saw the fight on the card, I was like, okay, this could be the fight of the night. And it didn't disappoint. It was what it was. The fight of the night. Adam, always in the fight of the year candidate, fight of the night candidate. And last night he was in another. Win, lose, or draw, Adam is always going to put on a show. And he's a get up fighter. He gets dropped in most of his fights, and he comes back to either pull off a draw, get a win. He's a warrior. So anytime Adam Lopez steps into the ring, you're guaranteed action. And with Abraham Nova, out of Carolina, Puerto Rico, Mexican American Adam Lopez against Puerto Rican American Abraham Nova. You're gonna guaranteed action. Nova was coming off a loss against Robesi Ramirez, tough knockout loss. Definitely quite a setback, but he came back strong last night. He put up a hell of a fight. Hit him, and Adam went toe to toe. He got the better exchanges, the better pop. And there was a time they were in exchange, and Abraham dropped him with a left hook, even though Adam connected with his left hook. And Adam went down, man. Like I said, he always goes down, but he gets up, doesn't give up, and that's what makes Adam exciting. So the fight lived up. Adam is never in a bad fight, and Abraham got solid bounce back victory. So pretty good, pretty good. Let's see. We also have Jonathan Rice against the guy from Italia. Hard to pronounce his name, guys. Guido Vianello. Uh, Vianello is a 2016 Olympian. Coming into the fight, he was 10-0, 9 KOs, so he got some pop and good boxing skills. But Rice did it again, man. Rice, this is his second undefeated fighter that he's fought and that he's beaten back to back. The last fight he had was against a gentleman by the name of Michael Polite Coffee, who when they fought he was 12-0. Solid fighter, good power. And usually when you get a guy who's coming in with 6 losses on his record, like Rice, and he's fighting an unbeaten guy, the unbeaten guy is usually a favorite. And that's what happened with Rice against Coffee. Rice, with his awkward style, got good power. Not an Olympian, not even close. And he was able to get the upset win. His style is awkward. He's not an easy guy to deal with. So that's what caused the upset. He's not easy to deal with, and he showed it last night. Once again, when he fought, Vianello. Vianello got busted up with a right hand that caused a huge gash on his eye, and that spelled the end for the fight. I mean, hold on. Okay, there we go. So Rice, pulled up another upset because he fought again another undefeated fighter who was an Olympian this time. Coffee was not Olympian, but he was undefeated. This time was an Olympian. So this is a much bigger win for Rice, who came into the fight with 16 wins, 6 losses. He's 35 years old, 16 wins, 6 losses. Usually you don't see guys racking up 2 back-to-back impressive wins like that at this stage of their career, but Rice is doing it. And coming into the fight, I had Rice the favorite, actually, to win this fight, due to his style and due to him causing the upset in his previous fight. And then he rematched the guy and beat him again. The first one by stoppage, the second one by decision. So even though this guy was coming in undefeated at 10-0, I said, you know what? I got Rice to pull it off again. And so said, so done. He pulled it off. Another unbeaten guy in his resume. 2 back-to-back impressive wins. Actually 3. He's 3-0 since his last loss. And he's been impressive for Rice. So I'm happy for Rice. They almost robbed him because when Rice landed that right hand flush on the eyelid, right over the eye of Vinalero, he got busted open, wide open. Benji Estevez said it was a headbutt. It wasn't. It was clearly from a punch. Thank God that he watched the replay because it was going to take that victory away from Rice. And because of watching the replay, they made the decision to give Rice a TKO victory. So I'm happy for that. I'm happy for Rice. He got another big win. And I'm looking forward to what's next for him. Up next, let's see. We got we got Efe Ajagba versus Stephen Shaw, the main event. 2 heavyweight contenders. Well, this fight was in position to be a contender for the heavyweight, for a title eliminator, I'm assuming. But Efe Ajagba, he burst on the scene with that highlight reel knockout sometime a year ago that set him up for the Frank Sanchez fight. Ajagba, thick bones, solid heavyweight, pretty good boxing skills, can punch, deadly right hand. And he showed his power last night in spots. And Stephen Shaw, who's not really known as a power puncher, he's got a decent pop, but he's a pretty good boxer. He got some good combinations when he lets his hands go. I felt Stephen Shaw could have done much better last night. I felt he was a little bit hesitant. I mean, when you got a guy like an Efe Ajagba who can punch like with his type of power, it might change your mind. But about being offensive, both guys landed solid jabs. Both guys had their moments. Looked like a close fight to me. So Efe Ajagba got the job done last night, and he's one another step closer to title eliminator, and maybe get a title shot one day. We'll see. And Efe Ajagba, speaking of Efe Ajagba, he fought Jonathan Rice, the same Rice I talked about, that scored back-to-back upset wins. Rice went the distance with Ajagba, so that shows how serious Rice is. He's no slouch. He's not an Olympian. Like I told a friend of mine, he's just a pro boxer. Man has 6 losses and getting these wins, in this stage of his career at 35 years old. So I'm happy for him. So yeah, he went the distance with Ajagba, but that's pretty good. So yep, that was my take, guys, on this fight card last night. I enjoyed it. I hope you did as well. A pretty good fight, pretty good solid card. Um, Abraham Nova with a win over Adam Lopez. Bruce Carrington with a win over Juan Antonio Lopez. Jonathan Rice scoring another upset win against the undefeated Olympian. And Efe Ajagba getting a decision win over Stephen Shaw. This is your host, Jose Cruz, Miracle Boy Boxing. Always a pleasure talking to you guys. Peace.